It has paid off so much to be consistent on YouTube. Just like, don't tell anyone, please. If you like my last monthly setup, which I know a lot of you did because I got so many videos on that last setup, you're gonna love this new setup that I have for August for sure. I've kept in a lot of the same things, but I've changed it around a lot. And I also made it this really cute pink theme that I feel like a lot of people are going to love, especially now since Barbie is out and basically everything is pink at the moment. If you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Janelle. I'm 29 years old and I live with my boyfriend and our 2 cats. I love filming lifestyle content, so if that's something that you're into, definitely consider subscribing. Just like last time, this video is going to be split up into 3 parts. The first part is my cleaning reset. I'm just gonna do a quick cleanup of my whole apartment. Second part is my July reflection, where I talk about all the goals that I had in July and show you what my setup looked like and how everything turned out. And then the last part is obviously my August setup and showing you how to use my template. So without further ado, let's just get into it. To the July reflection. Naturally, I'm very excited to share with you how much progress I've made on my goals because a lot of people watched my last video. It's so crazy to me that so many people wanted to watch my video, and I'm so happy that you all did because I worked really hard on my template and I'm very excited to share with you my template for August. I haven't made it yet, so we'll have to film that whenever I finish making it, but for today, I want to show you my progress. Let's get straight into it and I'm gonna start the recording right now. So here's what my July setup looked like, and I haven't put it into my 2023 in a nutshell yet. But for those of you who are new here, I have this 2023 in a nutshell page to throw in all of my old monthly setups and keep them as like a digital scrapbook. So I haven't put this month in there yet, but it will be in there later on. First thing that you see is my July goals, and I've changed a couple of things in here. I think the first thing that changed from last month was that I added this progress bar on all of my goals. This is like a relation or a roll-up, which is like kind of like an advanced Notion feature. I have a couple of extra properties in here that allow me to like have this progress bar, but it's not in the template because the way that I made the template was how I had it before when I did my original setup. So unfortunately, there's no progress bar in the template, but for here, I have a progress bar for myself. But let's talk about the goals. So my first goal was to read 2 books. My second goal was to apply to 20 jobs. and my third goal was to upload 4 videos. I was able to read 2 books, and the books that I ended up reading were not Beach Read. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Book Lovers was really good. I'm not super into romance, but I really liked it. Usually I really like romances of people that I can relate to. I mean, naturally, if I relate to something, then I'll probably have a more biased opinion. But the main character in the book was kind of like, she's described as like a shark, or like somebody who's like very intimidating in their job, very type A kind of person. And also she's like very tall, so like her physical appearance is also very intimidating. Honestly, I kind of related to that, and so that's probably why I really like this book. And for me, who doesn't really like romance novels, I try to get into them, but usually I end up like not finishing them. But this one I ended up finishing, so it must have been really good. The second book that I read, funnily enough, was also a romance novel. I read The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. It's probably one of the best books that I've read so far this year, and I'm very happy that I read it. The main character in this book discovers that she has autism, and she's like trying to navigate communicating with her family about it, and I related a lot to it because I recently got diagnosed with ADHD, and it's been difficult for me to communicate about it. It's very hard to describe these types of illnesses to other people because on the outside it like seems like you're lazy or like you can't do stuff that normal people can do, but on the inside you don't really have control over like whether or not you get stuff done. So I related like a lot to this, and I ended up crying reading it. So it was a really good book for me personally, and I like the romance. I like how supportive both of the main characters in both of the books that I read were. I love supportive romances, or like romances where the guy is like super supportive. But enough about that. I'm very glad that I finally made my goal of reading a couple of books. Last year I read 80 books, and now I'm like struggling to read like just 1 book a month. So I feel like that Doge meme, if anyone's ever seen it, of like the really strong Doge and then like the really like tiny one. That's how I feel of me last year reading 80 books, and me this year struggling to read even 10 books. But anyway, my next goal was to apply to 20 jobs, and I did not finish this one, but I did make some good progress. I got 55% of the way through, which means I probably did like 11 job applications. I didn't receive any messages back, but at the same time, like it's kind of hard for people in computer science to get a job right now. But I'm still confident that I'll get a job eventually as long as I keep applying. So I'll definitely have to work on this in the next month. But yeah, I'm very happy with the progress that I've made on this anyway, because any amount of job applications is better than nothing. So putting myself out there is very difficult, and I'm very glad that I pushed through and actually like did the work to apply to all of these jobs. My last goal was to upload 4 videos, and if you watch my channel regularly, you'll know that I was able to upload 4 videos. This would be the 5th video that I upload in the month of July, so very happy that I actually achieved this goal. It has paid off so much to be consistent on YouTube. I think I've gained like a little less than 250 subscribers. If anyone knows me from before, I had a YouTube channel before this, but it was all about reading and stuff, and I've never gained this amount of subscribers in 1 month before. So very happy with the progress that I've made, and I'm very happy that I made the promise to myself to be consistent on YouTube because it's really paying off. Next, let's talk about my habit tracker, and I think I've changed a couple of the habits on here. For example, I think I had a job application habit on here, but I ended up taking it off because I didn't see a need for having like the apply for 20 jobs goal in here at the same time of having like the habit of applying for a job. I feel like regardless of when you apply for all 20 jobs, you could apply for all of them in one day, or you could apply for them like spread out over the next month or whatever, and it would still be 20 jobs. What I did add in here is a workout habit, and I also added a journal habit because I started working out in the month of July, like randomly. So I decided to add it as a habit to track. Journaling was another habit that I added that wasn't in there before, but it was in my June setup. Last month when I was doing my June reflection, I was talking about how I wasn't really getting into my journaling habit, and I also said that I probably need like a guided journal so I can keep up with my journaling habit, because it actually helps me a lot to journal and write down my thoughts and write down like the things that I'm grateful for. I think it makes me a lot happier and more mindful of the things that go on during my day. So I did actually end up getting a guided journal, and this has been helping me so much to stay consistent with it. And not only that, I feel like July has been one of the happiest months that I've had this entire year, and I think it's due to the journaling that I've done. I got this journal from like Target or whatever, and it's basically the same page every single day. One of the things that it asks is, today I am grateful for, and then you just like journal out what you're grateful for here. Another thing that it asks is something I did that made today great, and so I'll write down what made today great. And usually I'll do this side of the page in the morning, and then I'll do this side of the page in the evening, not the afternoon. So that's really been helping me out with my mental health, and also just like being aware and mindful of the things that I do every single day. But anyway, as you can see, I've been doing really good in my journaling habit. 83.3%. That means like I've only missed like a couple of days in here. And then I've also kept my meditation and my reading habits, although I haven't been doing very good on meditation. I think I started off strong, but then like I just stopped doing it. And honestly, now that I've had 2 months straight of me trying to get into meditation but not really getting into it, I think that it's time to let go of this habit. I actually think that it'll be better for me to do meditative activities, basically activities in which you can turn your brain off, like coloring. Or for me personally, I've been getting into puzzles. Sometimes I'll listen to an audiobook while I'm doing a puzzle, and sometimes I'll just sit and do the puzzle without any music, no noise, nothing. Or like my boyfriend like playing video games in the background, which I can't really pay attention to because I'm really focused on the puzzle that I'm making. So I think sitting down and doing nothing while I'm meditating is not really good for me, and it's something that I don't think I can do anymore. I think I'll just like replace it with like meditative activities like doing my puzzles. Actually, this is wrong. I did not journal today. I actually read today instead. So working out 50%, meditation 25%, reading 54.2%, and journaling 79.2%. I feel really good about all of the percentages or my completion rate on all of these habits. Considering the progress that I made in June, I think 50% or higher is an accomplishment for me. Okay, now let's talk about the ultimate task tracker, which is something that I mentioned in the last plan with me, but I wasn't confident enough to share what I had made, so I didn't share it. And I did end up changing a few things, but I didn't use it after like the first couple of weeks of July. And then additionally, when all of the jobs that I didn't apply for and all of the leak code problems that I didn't do ended up piling up on each other, I just got like way too overwhelmed with this task tracker, and I just stopped using it completely. So I'm probably gonna have to either change this up to make it more appealing for me to get the task done, or I'm just gonna have to scrap it completely. Yeah, it's just too much for me. I don't like it. I constantly have to change and improve things in order for them to work for me, and I can't be mad at myself if I don't use it, because then it'll make me not want to use it even more. So either scrap this idea or change it. We don't know yet, but I'll let you know. Finally, at the end of this page is my July memories, and this is the whole reason why I have my 2023 in a nutshell. It's basically going to be my digital scrapbook. So here's what the photos look like. This is a picture of me from when we visited the Venice canals in LA. It was a really fun weekend that we spent in LA, and I think it's a part of one of my vlogs. I think it's like my Almost 30 Diaries part 2 is when I visited the Venice canals. But yeah, next is a picture of my cat Luna, and she's trying to lay down on the puzzle pieces. My cats ended up getting really jealous of the puzzles that I was making, because I was putting so much time and effort into making these puzzles that they were like, hey, what about me? And they would just like lay down on top of the puzzle. Next is a photo from Din Tai Fung. I had never been to this restaurant before, but ever since I heard about it, I've always wanted to go, and we were finally able to go, and it was in my Almost 30 Diaries vlog. Next is a picture of my new camera. I am so happy that I finally got a new camera. I say finally because I've had another YouTube channel where I completely filmed everything with my iPhone. Yeah, I think I have an iPhone 12 Pro, and I've been using it to film my videos for like the past 2 years. My iPhone back camera was really good, but the front camera was like not very good. So whenever I wanted to film videos of myself, the quality wasn't really that good, or I would have to like screen share the back camera on my TV. It was like this really complicated thing, and so now I have my own camera. I can see myself in the viewfinder. The quality is way better. There's a wider angle lens. There's just so many things that I really like about this camera, and it was also very affordable, which is why I ended up buying it, because cameras are expensive. Also, you can see in this picture that I got my own pair of Sony headphones. You probably could see me wearing it in like the cleaning portion of this video, but I'm very happy that I have my own pair. My boyfriend and I are about to be traveling this month, which I'll talk about later. But now we have our own set of noise canceling headphones so that we don't have to share on the airplane. Next is a picture of me and Alex. We don't take pictures of ourselves very often, but I don't know, today I busted out my phone and took a picture because we were both trying on our neck pillows. We bought a couple of neck pillows because we're traveling, like I said, and we were trying them on and I thought we looked funny, so I took a picture of ourselves. And then finally is a picture of my other cat, Atlas. Alex was actually the one that took this picture, but this was actually last weekend in the morning when Alex woke up. Atlas jumped on the bed and he was like in a really funny position, so Alex decided to take a picture of him, and so yeah, he looks kind of like weird. He kind of looks like a duck. So that is it for July, and I'm very happy to have made so much progress on my goals. It just goes to show that whenever you write down your goals and plan them out, that you can achieve them, and if you don't achieve them, you can still make significant progress on them, which I've done. I'm really excited for how August is gonna turn out. It's actually my birthday month, so I'm gonna make it very, very pretty for all of you, and I actually still have to make it, so I'm gonna do that right now, and I will see you when that's done. A couple days later and I've got a really awesome August template for you all, so here we go. Honestly, I wasn't sure like how I was gonna make this. I kind of put a high expectation on myself because it's my birthday month and I'm gonna be traveling and blah blah blah, all of this stuff, but I think I did a really good job this time and I'm very excited to show you. So without further ado, let me just start the recording because I don't even have it up yet. So this is what my August setup looks like. I went with the cherry blossom and Kuromi theme. So my cover here is actually like a bunch of cherry blossoms with the Tokyo skyline in the background. The reason why I chose this for my theme is because I've been really into Kuromi lately, and also we're going to be visiting Japan this month, so I figured it's like the perfect theme. I really wanted to theme this in like a very pink way, so it just like aligned perfectly, and I'm very happy with my theme. Also, Barbie just came out, so I feel like having a pink theme is very appropriate for this month. I have a block here that says miracles happen for me every single day. I just wanted to include like a little lucky girl affirmation in here because last month I didn't have any quotes, no affirmations, nothing. And I do find quotes and affirmations cheesy sometimes, but every once in a while you kind of have to include them in there so that you can remind yourself that you are lucky or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest or affirm in your life. And then next I have my Asia trip countdown. This is not the correct countdown. For anyone who is a part of my family that lives in the Philippines, or you know my family in the Philippines and you're watching this right now, this is supposed to be a surprise, but I really cannot keep it to myself on my channel. It's like very conflicting in my head and it's like kind of messing me up. So for the sake of this channel, I'm gonna be super transparent about like what's going on in my life. But anyone in my personal life who is in the Philippines, like my family in the Philippines, this is supposed to be a surprise. So just like don't tell anyone, please. It's literally like messing up my brain to have to like keep this a secret on my channel. But this is the wrong countdown anyway, so don't count it down from 25 days from today or whatever. I'm gonna change this to the actual day once I finish filming this, but yeah, I have a countdown here for that. And then I also have a clock widget here, which makes things look nicer, but also I lose track of time all the time, so I figured I would add a clock in here. Next are my August goals, and it's the same kind of layout as last time, but I've added the progress bar on here. I didn't add this progress bar to last month's template, but it will be in this month's template. So you can be sure to see this progress bar in this month's template, and it's actually really cool. But first, let me get into my goals. So my first goal is to read a physical / ebook. I want to physically read a book this month with my actual eyeballs because last month I was super into reading with my audiobooks. I feel like audiobooks are a great way to get back into reading. It's definitely a low effort way of reading, and I could do mindless stuff at the same time, like I was doing my puzzles while I was listening to my audiobooks, and I was able to pay attention to my audiobooks at the same time. But this month I really want to get back into physical reading because I definitely pay attention way more. So I really just want to read at least one physical book, and I feel like since I'm going to be traveling very far distances this month, I'm probably going to achieve this goal. My next goal is to apply to 10 jobs. Last month I only applied to 11 jobs, and this month I'm definitely going to be way busier So I feel like 10 jobs is gonna be doable for me. And then my last goal is to upload 4 videos. I definitely want to keep up with my goals on YouTube because last month was literally so good. Even though it's the same goal, it's definitely gonna be harder for me to upload 4 videos for the month of August because I'm traveling. And I feel like I'm gonna keep saying that I'm gonna be traveling, but it's the truth. There's not gonna be as much time for me to be editing videos. But regardless of what's happening in my life, I wanna stay consistent with my YouTube channel. Since it's still new and growing, I wanna keep up the consistency on that. Next is my navigation, which you've already seen. And then after that, I have like a picture of Kuromi reading a book. And then I have my to-do list. I've been finding it really hard to keep up with my to-dos every single day. I've kind of only been finishing things that have a due date, and things that don't have a due date, like for example, getting your car washed. Stuff like that is super hard for me to do. So I added this to-do list so that I can like make a new to-do list every single day. Who knows if this is gonna work out, but I'm gonna try this for now and see how it goes. And I've also added this button here where I can add a new to-do list so that I can just delete everything and then just like make a new one. I've also added the sticky note here because I've been finding that every once in a while I kind of want to write stuff down, but I have nowhere to put it. So I've been creating brand new pages for these random thoughts that I'll have, but then I'll just like delete the page. So I figured I would just add a sticky note here just to make things easier for myself to record stuff, because every once in a while I just need to write something down and then delete it. So that's why I have that in there. Next is my habit tracker, and it's the exact same thing as last time because it was really easy for me to use it last time. So I kept it in this month as well. And it's the same thing as last time where if you check it off on the daily habits, then it'll update on the actual habit tracker. And then I have this cute little picture of Kuromi with a fan and the cherry blossoms. This picture was actually the whole inspiration for this theme because I was really wanting it to be a Kuromi theme. But then I saw this picture with the cherry blossoms and I was like, oh my gosh, I just have to make it a cherry blossom theme with Kuromi in it. Also, by the way, I got some of these images from like an app icon website. These icons are completely free. You just have to go to the app icon website to download them. And I bring this up because if you really wanted to make your own Notion theme, you could go to one of these app icon websites and download the pictures on there. And all the pictures are like super cohesive and they match with each other so that your Notion will look very aesthetic and pretty. Just an idea for you in case you don't like this whole pink theme that's going on. It's very feminine and cute and stuff. Not everyone's gonna like it, but if you wanted to change it, you could do it that way. And then lastly, I have my August memories, which is the same as last time where I'm just gonna add images here as I go. And then this is gonna be my digital scrapbook. Last thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is my template. And I made a template for you all. It's completely free. I'll leave the link in the description for you to duplicate it and add it to your own setup. But I wanna show you how to use it because it is a little bit complicated. Well, I guess it's the same amount of complicated as the last month's theme, but regardless, it's gonna be a little complicated if you're a beginner at Notion. So this is how the template looks like, and it's the same exact theme. The only thing that is not on here is the widgets. Because I made the widgets on my own accounts, you're gonna have to do that on your own. And I have everything in the template instructions here, by the way. I have the links here to the websites where you can make the widgets. For example, the countdown widget is from indify.co and the clock widget is from widgetbox.app. Make your own account on these websites and then make your own widgets. And then once you're done making these widgets, you just wanna copy the link that's at the bottom of this page and at the bottom of this page, and then go back into your template and then paste them in here. So that's how you get the widgets in here. The next thing that I wanted to show you is the goals. So if you go into one of the goals here, there will automatically be a table here where you can create tasks. And if you create a new goal, it'll automatically have this table in here. The task in this table will automatically go towards this progress bar in the same goal that you're in. So if I check this off, it'll be 100% because it's the only task in here. But if I add a new one, Let's name this task 2. And then I look at the progress bar. It now says 50% because there's 2 tasks and one of them is checked off. So this will automatically calculate the progress that you've made on your goals. And like I said, every time you add a new goal in here, it'll automatically add the table in there, and every task that you add in the table will automatically go towards the goal. I've already talked about how to add new habits in my last monthly plan with me, so I don't feel the need to go over it again. So if you want to know how to add a new habit, just go to the end of my July plan with me video. The instructions will be in there, and I also have the instructions in the template instructions page on this template. That was kind of a mouthful. I'm gonna stop the recording now because my laptop is going crazy right now. So yeah, that is how my August setup looks like. I really hope that you use it well, and if you don't end up using my template, I hope that this video gave you some inspiration for your own setup. I really look forward to how August is gonna be. Stay tuned for travel vlogs and a pack with me, since I will be traveling this month for like the millionth time. I hope you all have a wonderful August. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.